By the mid-6th century, the mighty Gupta Empire had collapsed. Without a central power, northern India shattered into a dangerous puzzle of competing regional kingdoms. Out of this chaos, a new family rose to prominence, the Pushyabhuti Dynasty. Their first notable ruler, King Prabhakaravardhana, established a power base in Thanesar by successfully pushing back waves of Hun invasions from the Punjab. To secure his borders, Prabhakaravardhana looked to his neighbors. He arranged a marriage between his daughter, Rajyashri, and Grahavarman, the king of the neighboring Maukhari Empire. This strategy worked. By combining a hardened military defense with a strategic marriage alliance, he created a rare pocket of stability in a volatile landscape. That stability relied on the king himself. When Prabhakaravardhana fell fatally ill and died, the vacuum he left behind was filled almost instantly by his enemies. Sensing an opening, the kings of Malwa and Gauda formed a sudden alliance. They struck the Maukhari kingdom, killed the king, and took Rajyashri captive. Harsha's older brother, Rajyavardhana, marched his army to rescue her and managed to kill the king of Malwa. But the Gauda king, Shashanka, lured him into a trap. Under the guise of a peace offering and a marriage proposal, Shashanka waited until Rajyavardhana was alone and unarmed, and murdered him. In a single stroke, the Pushyabhuti family was decimated. Young Harshvardhan inherited the throne at a moment of total crisis. His father dead, his brother murdered, and his sister missing. Harshavardhan took the throne with a single goal: revenge. He quickly secured a military alliance with the Kamarupa kingdom, creating a massive force that Shashanka couldn't hope to match. This alliance caught the Gupta Empire in a pincer. Rather than facing Harsha's combined armies in open battle, Shashanka abandoned his kingdom and fled into the deep forests of Odisha. With the enemy scattered, Harsha turned his attention to his sister. He tracked Rajyashri into the woods, finding her just as she was preparing to commit sati, and bringing her back to safety. Harsha was now the protector of two realms, his own in Sthaneshvara and his sister's in Kannauj. By administering both, he effectively merged the two largest powers in the region into a single unified empire. To ensure a smooth transition, Harsha chose to rule the Maukhari realm in Rajyashri's name. This move brought the two kingdoms together through cooperation rather than conquest. As the wars subsided, Harsha established himself as a patron of scholars. He welcomed the Chinese traveler Huan Sang and the poet Banabhata to his court, commissioning works that recorded the details of his administration. His support extended to the legendary Nalanda University. Harsha provided the immense funding needed to maintain its scholars and massive library, helping it become a global destination for intellectuals. He finally settled the score for his brother years later. After the death of Shashanka, Harsha officially annexed the Gauda territory, bringing his old enemy's land under his control. By combining these territories and sponsoring institutions like Nalanda, Harsha transformed a period of fragmented warfare into a century of cultural and educational growth. Harsha pushed the borders of his empire relentlessly southward until his expansion hit the banks of the Narmada River. Waiting on the other side was King Pulakeshin II, the ruler of the powerful Chalukya Empire, who was determined to keep Harsha out of the south. In 620 AD, the two empires met in the Battle of Narmada. Pulakeshin II dealt Harsha his first major defeat, effectively ending any hopes of a unified Indian empire stretching into the southern peninsula. Harsha accepted the Narmada as his southern limit. He pivoted to diplomacy, marrying his daughter to the king of Vallabhi to secure a peaceful border and maintain his influence without further bloodshed. This marriage alliance stabilized his flank. By choosing a diplomatic peace over a protracted war he couldn't win, Harsha ensured his empire remained intact for the rest of his life. Despite surviving betrayals and unifying the north, Harsha's empire faced a problem it couldn't solve with an army. He died without leaving behind a male heir. Without a successor to hold the central throne, the Pushyabhuti Empire collapsed immediately after his death. The vast territory was quickly divided among the local lords who had once served him. While Harsha's empire vanished, the man who stopped him remained. Who exactly was Pulakeshin II, and how did the Chalukya Empire build a culture strong enough to check the power of the north? Harsha's empire was a product of his personal leadership. When he was gone, the central authority simply dissolved back into regional hands. To find out what happened next in the south, keep watching. If you enjoyed this journey into India's history, please like, share, and subscribe.